Alright, back here, prophesying out on the streets. How is the hedges? Week in, week out. Downfall, on the downfall of Babylon the Great America. And first, I want to say, Call Hawa, all glory, honor, and praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash. I want to say double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach from the will. And I want to say peace, blessings, and salutations to the whole flock out there and during the truth. And we were starting off camp, with Mark the Beast, what the RFID, shit is. It's like what the Mark the Beast is. The Mark the Beast is the RFID micro C hit. It's not a spiritual thing. It's not. It's not a spiritual thing. It's a physical thing. That the top wicked elites, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the devil, he wants to plant into you for full control. Because without that mark, you won't be able to buy or sell. As it says in the scriptures, look at that. Alright, this is Revelation 13, verse 16. Verse 16, and he caused it all, both small, great, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him that hath the understanding. Where's that improvise? I'm gonna set y'all down here. I'm gonna set y'all down here. Alright. Continuing. Continuing on verse 18, here's wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of the Lord, and his number is 636. So this lets you know, I read verses 16 through 18 in Revelation chapter 13. This lets you know that the mark of the beast is a physical thing. Because without it, you won't be able to buy or sell, or you won't be able to participate in society. You won't be able to pay your bills, go to school, or work, do any of that without the mark of the beast RFID microchip. So for those camps that are saying it's a spiritual thing, man, hey, Yahweh Shua is gonna destroy you camps, and he's gonna expose you camps. This year, he's gonna expose you for all the lies that you've been telling the people and leading the flock wrong. Because it doesn't make any sense for the mark of the beast to be a spiritual thing. That's just not scriptural. And you got other camps saying, the heathens have salvation, which is a lie. All heathen nations, all Gentiles that are not Israelites, all nations that are not Israel are going into slavery. And that's just the truth. They're going to slavery for 1,000 years, man. Building up our kingdom, the kingdom of Israel, kingdom on earth. And Yahushua Mashiach returns at the second coming to save the elect and destroy the world, destroy the Babylon the Great America and certain parts of the earth with Babylon the Great America. We'll go to Isaiah. This is Isaiah 11. This is Isaiah chapter 11, starting at verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. So Yahweh Shai is going to gather the remnant of his people wherever they are on the earth. Verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. So Yahweh Shai is going to gather the remnant, the outcasts of Israel, the 1/3, the hopeful elect, from the four corners of the earth. All 12 tribes. And Judah being the so-called Negroes, and the southern kingdom, and the northern kingdom being the Hispanics and Native Americans, being Ephraim. No, they're not going to have beef anymore. Verse 14, but they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west. They shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. So verse 14, the 12 tribes of Israel, are subduing the nations. Because when Yahweh Shai Mashiach saves the elect at his second coming, they're going to come back down on the earth and subdue the nations, and the nations are going to go into slavery for 1,000 years. It's just that simple, man. These other kids saying only a portion of the heathen are going to slavery. Nah, every single heathen nation, every single heathen is going into slavery. Oh damn, what's wrong with you? This is Psalms 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel against Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, Yahweh shall have them in derision. So all these nations coming against the Israelites, they could be in derision. And you can find out in Psalms 83, all the nations that teamed up against the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the true people of Yahweh Shai. No, verse to prove it would be Jeremiah 30. Hold on, slow. Yeah. The verse to prove the heathen nations are going to slavery is Jeremiah 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be of spoil, and they that prey upon thee will I give for prey. So all the nations that made Israelites slaves, they're gonna go to slavery, which would be every nation on earth, because every nation had their term with us. I'm reading Jeremiah 30, verse 17. For I will restore the health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, say Yahweh. because they called thee an outcast, saying, "This is Zion, whom no man seek after." No man seeking after the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the true people, the true chosen people of the Lord, of Yahweh Shah. Alright, I just switched spots. It's windy as hell up there, man. It's windy as hell. Hey, man, it's windy as fuck. We gotta still do this work. Alright, so continuing to prove that the heathen nations are going to slavery for 1,000 years, when we get Revelation 20, verse 4. This is Revelation 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. So, this is John the Revelator, seeing the vision on the island Patmos of the martyrs for the testimony of Yahushua Mashiach. The martyrs that refused to bow down to the beast system, that refused to take the mark of the beast, RFID mark of see him. And it says that they lived to reign 1,000 years with the Mashiach, Yahushua. So that tells you that the heathen nations are going to slavery for 1,000 years. And that proves even more that it's a physical thing, because, why would they want to kill you for not believing in Christianity or something spiritual? They want to put this device into you for full control, so they can track you and know your every move. They want to be like the Most High. So to these camps saying that the mark of the beast is anything other than something physical, hey man, they're bugged out. Yahweh Shah says not dealing with them. And ultimately, Yahweh Shah is going to expose them for the lies they're telling. And in 2026, this is the year that's going to be a lot of things, it's going to be a heavy year. A lot of things are going to be exposed. Especially, you can see it right now with Babylon the Great, America, Nero 47, DJT, Lake Michigan, all those scandals going on right now. Hey man, Yahweh Hashem is trying to start to reveal it all at these end times before he really destroys this place fully with those ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles in World War III. This is Luke 12, verse 2. This is red letter, Yahweh Shai speaking. Luke 12, verse 2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. So whatever is done in the dark is going to come to light eventually. Yahushua was, the context of this, Luke 12, 2-3, was Yahushua speaking about the Pharisees, the wicked Pharisees, the wicked scribes, the hypocrites. Because just because someone's a Pharisee doesn't mean they're bad. A Pharisee is a person who follows the law, and keeps the law, and knows the law like the back of their hand. So there's nothing wrong with being a Pharisee, but there are wicked Pharisees, wicked scribes like that. Like there's wicked camps out here with wrong breakdowns, leading the flock wrong, leading the flock astray. So you have to be aware of these things. especially in these end days, because time is short, as it says in the scriptures. Our salvation draws nearer every day. I want to get Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 23, verse 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of Yahweh are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. The eyes of Yahweh are 10 times brighter than the sun. Yahweh sees everything going on the earth, considering all ways of men, even the most secret parts, as it says in the scriptures. And those eyes are the chariots, the so-called UFOs. The UFOs, the world calls them, the chariots, the vehicles that the angels driving, that are in the air right now. They're watching this earth as we speak. They're reporting back to Yahweh Hashem al Shai. So there's no hiding anything. These wicked elites, Esau, Edom can try to hide it all, but Yahweh Hashem Shai will expose it all in the end days. Because the eyes are the sinful kingdom. Amos 9 verse 8. Let me get that. The eyes are the sinful kingdom. That sinful kingdom being Babylon the Great America. This is Amos 9 verse 8. Behold, the eyes of Yahweh power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saying Yahweh. So Yahweh Hashem is going to wipe Babylon the Great America off the map completely, 100%. It will just be, for the beast to inherit, to live in. No human will live on Babylon the Great America after it's destroyed in World War III by those 200 million ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Babylon the Great is done. If you have your faith in this place, you're going to be very disappointed. And the people are being disappointed right now, as we speak, because of all the scandals that are happening with the people at the top, with DJT, Nero 47, and all of that. MAGA's disappointed, we know that for sure. Both political parties are disappointed at the end of the day because, they have to experience the sorrows of Babylon the Great. Because the mirth of Babylon the Great is gone as we speak. It's gone right now. People are losing jobs, the rent's going higher, inflation. Yahweh Hashem Shai is kicking this place to ass, man. I'm telling you. This is why you need Yahweh Hashem Shai to get you through these things. For you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We're telling you to repent because this place is about to be on fire, literally. This is Isaiah 47, starting at verse 1. Verse 1, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. So this is talking about Babylon, Great America. How do we know it's talking about America? Because the verse says, virgin daughter of Babylon. America has never been invaded. It's never been penetrated by by an enemy. It's never been invaded before. So this is how we know this verse is talking about Babylon the Great America. I'm going to continue verse 2. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, thy shame shall be seen, I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. In verse 3, that's Yahushua speaking. He's going to destroy this place as a god. Yahushua is not going to come back as a mere mortal. Yahushua Mashiach, the son of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, he's going to come and destroy Babylon the Great America as a god. He's destroyed Babylon the Great America off the face of the earth. And Yahushua Mashiach, for those who don't know, is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I'll just put that out there. So the king is coming back, man. He's coming back for vengeance. He's coming back for blood. Because people are now seeing the truth about America. America is no longer tender or delicate. They're seeing America as the horror it is. They're uncovering America's nakedness, the history of America, how it was gotten, and all the atrocities America has committed against humanity. Even today, people are waking up even more by the day of how bad America really is. And Israelites need to stop going on these podcasts, man, and stop with these debates. Because none of that's fruitful, none of that is helpful for the sheep, none of that is edifying for the flock to build them up in these end days. Hey man, you seen that podcast with ISUPK and Cliff, the Christians? It's complete folly. Because in a point during that podcast, one of the ISUPK members asked if they could hit the Christian guy, Cliff, and if Captain Zaryak allowed his member to hit him, that would cause a big blame to the ministry. So it's like, we gotta stop with that foolishness, man. That one goes 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 6, verse 3. Giving no offense of anything, that the ministry be not blamed. Some Israelites don't understand that, People are watching you. The flock is watching you. Yahweh Hashem Ashah is watching you to see if you're going to cause the blame to the ministry. And no one wants to do that. In their right mind, no one wants to do that, cause blame to the ministry. Because Esau Edom has already done enough to stigmatize the ministry, the Hebrew Israelite movement. At the end of the day, this word is only for the elect. Only the elect of Israel, the 1/3, starting with the 144,000 male prophets, and then the rest of the 1/3, the great multitude, the men, women, and children, will understand the words of Yahweh Hashem Shai in these end days. Understand the true doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Shai. 2/3 won't. 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans won't understand the word and won't receive salvation in these end days. Only 1/3 of the Israelites will. This is Romans 11, verse 7. What then? Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So the elect of Israel had to obtain it, but the rest of Israel that are not the elect did not get it, because Yahweh was trying to grant them access to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because they weren't predestinated for salvation. Let me get Zechariah 13. This is Zechariah 13, starting at verse 8. Zechariah 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, say Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people. And they shall say, Yahweh, Bashim al-Shah is my power. So, again, it tells you, the 1/3 will be brought through that fire. That fire being Jacob's trouble, the worst sign of the man, according to Jeremiah 30, verse 7, and Daniel 12, verse 1. Well, the 2/3 won't make it. They'll die in the perils in Jacob's trouble. And people say double honors, you can say double honors all you want, but you gotta, show double honors. You gotta show it through your actions. You gotta show it through your actions, man. You can't just say, double honors, but not follow what the apostles of Great Wisdom, the apostles and elders of Great Wisdom say. If you don't follow what they say, you're not showing double honors. You're just talking. Let me get it. Here's James 2. This is James 2. And I'm going to read starting at verse 14. And if you read the heading, the subheading, it says faith and works. So James 2, starting at verse 14. What do it profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and have not works? Can faith save him? Verse 15. If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food. Verse 16. And one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what do it profit? Verse 17. Even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. Verse 18. Yeah, a man may say, though thou hast faith, and I have works, show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. Verse 19, thou believest there is one power, thou doest well, the devils also believe and tremble. Verse 20, but wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead? Verse 21, was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? Verse 22, seest thou how faith wrought with his works, and by works was faith made perfect? Verse 23, And the scripture was fulfilled, which saith, Abraham believed power, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called a friend of the Most High, of power. Verse 24, ye see how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only. Verse 25, likewise also was not Rahab the harlot justified by works, when she had deceived the messengers, and had sent them out another way. Verse 26, for as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. So we read from James 2, verses 14 to 26. So you can say you have faith all you want, and say you follow the apostles and elders of Great Millstone all you want, but are you doing what they say? Are your actions aligning? Because if your actions don't align, then you're just talk. You're just talking. And Yahweh Shai doesn't want talkers. He wants doers of the word. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We gotta show, we're not just doing lip service. You gotta show double honors through your actions. Follow the orders of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, because ultimately those orders really come down from Yahweh Shem Shai, because Yahweh Shem Shai is using those men as vessels to speak for him, because in the scriptures it's known as the prophets are known as just vessels for Yahweh Shem Shai. We're just simply just vessels for Yahweh Shem Shai to speak for him, to get this word out, and that's our job. So, we gotta show it by our actions. We gotta be doers of the word and not just hearers. This is James 1 verse 22. But be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. So we gotta, do the works and show the works. Because doing these works ultimately shows your faith. Because as we read in the previous, precepts in James 2, chapter 2, faith without works is dead. So we show our faith with our works, show faith by our works, to show that we're really about it. Because, in the end days, there's camps out there that's getting sloppy, man. That's getting sloppy. You can't be getting sloppy. Can't wing breakdowns. Can't, move like your head's cut off like you can't move with your head cut off like a chicken. I probably said that wrong. I don't know. I was just thinking about it. I probably said that wrong. Yeah, you can't move. Like a chicken with his head cut off. You can't move like that. Now you can't move senselessly, man. Hey, man. But yeah, it's getting serious in these end days, bro. You feel me? That's what I'm trying to, convey out there. It's getting very serious in these end days. And, Yahweh Shem Shai, he's searching Jerusalem with candlesticks in these last days. Let's get that. Because there's going to be a great sifting happening, as there always is. Yahweh Shem Shai is always sifting. This is Zephaniah 1 verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leaves. That's saying their heart. And heart means la'ab. So heart in the Greek translation means la'ab, which translates to mind. So it really says that saying their heart, that's saying their mind, Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil. And that's a bad mindset to be in, because, you know, it tells you in the scriptures that Yahweh creates the good and the evil. So he's going to do, Yahweh is going to, you know, do what they need to do to fulfill prophecy and get things moving. So, you know, you gotta fear Yahweh, man. You gotta pray every night that he doesn't take the Kakadash, the Holy Spirit, away from you. It doesn't take this word away from you. And all that. You gotta pray, you know, daily. You know, that prayer life's gotta be vicious. Straight up. Pray, fast, all those things. You know, it's gotta be vicious. It's gotta be on 10. Because now, you know, apostles and elders of Great Millstone say we're in the analyzing stages of the scriptures. And, you know, now it's about to be, you know, the test. The test is coming up. The hour of temptation. The MOCB RFID micro C hip that they want to implant into your right hand or your forehead or anywhere in your body. You know, that test is coming quickly. You know, as we see all things going around on this earth. So, hey, man, it's coming. So, you know, all these, you know, camps that are getting the breakdown wrongs, you know, all that. They're getting the breakdowns wrong. I can't speak today. They're getting the breakdowns wrong and all that. You know, there's going to be a lot of blood on their hands for that. Because as a teacher, you're held to a higher standard. You're going to be judged more by Yahweh Shemashai. As it says in the scriptures, man. With that, you know, I want to say keep maintaining, keep the faith. You know, all things are happening right now. You know, 2026 will be a heavy year for sure. You know, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully. I can't say for sure. I'm just speaking as a man. But hopefully, it'll be a heavy year. It'll be a year of destruction by Yahweh Shemel Shai, and a year of our deliverance by Yahweh Shemel Shai for the hopeful elect. You know, Yahweh Razal, we are of that number, of that elect to receive salvation in the end days. And with that, I want to say, Call Halayim, all glory, honor, and praises due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. And I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach you well. And I want to say peace, blessings, and salutations to the whole elect out there, enduring in the truth. That was say shalom.